So, when 2023 elections happened, I think people of Hyderabad voted for progress. People of Hyderabad voted for development. You wanted the development to continue. You wanted progress to continue, just like it was in the last 10 years, 2014 and 2023. Unfortunately, people in the districts got swayed, got probably lured by all the freebies and all the other things that were promised. In Hyderabad, though, if you look at it, every single seat was won by us. Even if you look at the northern part of Telangana, TRS emerged as the single largest party. Only in the south, we had lost more seats to Congress, and therefore Congress was able to form the government eventually. Election mein to hote rehta hai. In democracy, you win some, you lose some, it's all right. It's not like we are worried, we are concerned that we lost an election. It's okay because it's the same people that gave us a mandate for 10 years also chose Congress this time, which is fine by us. So for the last 2 years, we've been playing the role of a responsible opposition party. We've been trying to do our best in terms of highlighting all the promises Congress made, in terms of how they're not been able to deliver. Also, highlighting all the civic issues, all the kind of atrocities that are being perpetrated by this Congress government. What I would humbly request you, this by-election was something that we did not anticipate. None of us actually have wanted it. It's unfortunate that our sitting legislator passed away, Mr. Gopinath, and we chose as a loyal family. In the last 25 years of our party being around, every time we've had a loss of one of our family members, meaning one of our legislators or one of our colleagues, we chose to stand by the family. So for instance, when Ramlinga Reddy Garu was our MLA from Dibak, he passed away during midterm, so we fielded his wife as a candidate. Then Mr. Nomula Narsimhaya, he passed away. We fielded his son, who is an advocate, as a candidate. Likewise, when Ms. Lasya Nandita, who was our MLA from Cantonment, passed away, we fielded one of the family members. So we are a party that stands by the family in times of distress. Likewise, when Mr. Maganti Gopinath passed away, we stood by his family and we have fielded his wife today as our candidate from this constituency. My humble appeal to all of you, you've seen 10 years of progress right in front of your eyes. Just to give you certain numbers, when this new state of Telangana was formed, a lot of people had doubts. A lot of people were concerned as to what would happen to the communal fabric, what would happen to the social harmony, what would happen to the progress and development in the city and also in the state of Telangana, etc. Also, there were questions and apprehensions about our competence in terms of running a government, etc. But in 10 years, I think we have proven, not just to ourselves, but also to the rest of the country, that we have done reasonably well. 2014, just to give you numbers, how many of you here are in the technology sector, in IT sector? Please raise your hands if you, that's okay. Quite a few, thank you. Just to give you, and how many of you have moved here to Hyderabad in the last 10 years? पिछले 10 सालों में जो लोग हैदराबाद यहाँ पे आए, IT सेक्टर में हैं और पिछले 10 साल में यहाँ पे आए. Thank you. Just to tell, the reason why I'm asking this question is, 2014 when our government was formed, the total number of people working in technology sector was 3,23,000. 3,23,000 employees in IT sector. But when we left office in 2023, the total number rose from 323 to 9,16,000. That's the kind of growth we've seen. And remember, this was in the middle of COVID. 2 years of COVID was also there. Otherwise, we would have crossed 10 lakh by now. Secondly, not just IT sector. If you look at any sector in Telangana, it could be agriculture. For example, agriculture, I'll give you an instance. In agriculture, Telangana was ranked in 2014 number 14 in the country, paddy production, in agriculture, commodity production. But in 2022-23, Telangana became number 1, surpassing Punjab and Haryana. How did that happen? Happened because of 3 reasons. KTR Garu, who was our chief minister, he took a state which was power deficit. We were severely struggling with electricity issues. Every single apartment in Hyderabad before 2014 had to have a generator. Every single house had to have an inverter. There was not an exception at all. आप कहीं भी पार्किंग में आ जाते थे इससे पहले तो आपको वहाँ पे डीजल की बदबू आती थी. वो वाला हालत था 2014 से पहले. But after KCR took charge in 2014, that changed within a year. He ensured that the problem which persisted and which remained a challenge for 60 plus years was solved within 1 year. In KCR's time, if you remember, KCR government, if you remember, there was not a single day of power cut. He ensured that electricity was delivered, and not just to urban residents, even to our farmers in villages. 24/7 free power was given, and that made Telangana the only state in the country to provide 24 hours of power to even our farmers. Likewise, not just electricity, but Raitu Bandhu, which again is a fantastic scheme and probably one of the first of its kind in the country, where each and every farmer was given a farm input assistance. खेती बाड़ी करने के लिए उनको assistance दिया गया पहली बार. When that became a reality, other states started copying us. Even Prime Minister Modi was inspired to launch what was called as PM Kisan. So that also added to our farmers' confidence. Likewise, we launched an insurance scheme called as Raitu Bima, where if a farmer passes away, even for natural death happens in his family, we created a scheme called Raitu Bima, wherein a 5 lakh rupee insurance amount, every single farmer was insured, and 5 lakh would be given to the nominees. Again, farmers were also given so many other facilities, like ensuring that their farm produce was bought at a reasonable price, MSP, and procurement centers were opened at every single nook and corner in Telangana. Farming became a big, interesting opportunity. IT sector kept growing, and if you look at Telangana industrial policies and innovation and everything else that is in between IT and agriculture, every single sector, one of the sectors I'm truly proud of is how well we've done in increasing our green cover in our state. We launched a program called Harita Haram, and we planted 280 crore saplings in the state of Telangana, out of which, again, fortunately for us, 80% and more survived. And today, as a result, Telangana is not only number one in several sectors, but we are also number one in the green quotient and increasing the green cover in India. 7.7%. 7.7% increase in green cover over a period of 8 years. No other state in India has done it. And one important parameter, of course, in a country like India, unless you keep growing the economy, you can't help the poor and you can't help the marginalized, you can't help the vulnerable in the society. See, this is a big apartment complex. I'm sure there are, कितने apartment है इसमें? 1400. 1680 flats है. So imagine for a minute, आपके 1680 flats में आपके कितने domestic maids होंगे, आपके कितने ड्राइवर होंगे, आपके कितने वॉचमैन होंगे. ये लोग जो है बाहर से आके, गांव से आके, डिस्ट्रिक्ट से आके, डिफरेंट स्टेट से आके यहाँ काम करते हैं. गवर्नमेंट की काम यही नहीं होता है कि आप बस मिडिल क्लास, अपर मिडिल क्लास और हायर क्लास को सर्व करना. गवर्नमेंट का ये भी काम होता है कि हर सोसाइटी में, हर क्लास में जो स्पेशली जो वल्नरेबल होते हैं, उनकी भी खिदमत करना, उनकी भी सर्विस करना हमारी जिम्मेदारी होता है. तो हमने एक ज़बरदस्त स्कीम भी लॉन्च किया. अगर एक गरीब बच्चे की शादी होती है तो कल्याण लक्ष्मी के नाम पे, शादी मुबारक के नाम पे उनको मदद करने की कोशिश की. And the best thing about Telangana, not just taking care of the vulnerable people in our society, the best thing about Telangana today, compared to other states in the country, we made sure that every citizen of Telangana, irrespective of caste, creed, sex or religion, has absolute security. Law and order was paramount. Law and order was one of the sectors that KCR government took really seriously. That's why in 10 years, we've not had a single incident of communal disharmony. We've not had a single instance where religion became a bone of contention on any issue. It was a peaceful state, a state that remained together. जैसे KCR साहब बार हमसे कहते हैं, गंगा जमुना तहजीब, जिस तहजीब के लिए हम जाने जाते हैं तेलंगाना और हिंदुस्तान, उसको हमने बरकरार रखा, उसको हमने कायम रखने की कोशिश की और मजबूत करने की कोशिश की. We tried to strengthen, the friendship and the peace-loving people who coexist, irrespective of religions and castes and creed. We ensured that as well. More importantly, let me add, our per capita rose from 1,14,000 in 2014 to 3,87,000 in 2023, which is the highest per capita for any state in the country. And just in case you're wondering what is India's national average, India's national average is 1,80,000. So we are almost 2 times and above India's national average. That's how well we performed. Just to also give you a figure, Telangana is only 2.5% of India's population, but our contribution to India's GDP is 5%. मतलब हम लोग, we are punching double our weight. That's how well Telangana grew. We are proud that we are contributing to the nation. We are proud that we are contributing to the nation's growth. We are a proud state that continues to do very well. Unfortunately, अगर आप मुझसे पूछेंगे तो ये सब करने के बाद भी आप लोग क्यों हारे डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में? हाँ, मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ कि हमें कोई खामियां नहीं है, मैं ये नहीं कहूँगा कि हमें कोई कमजोरियां नहीं है, मैं ये भी नहीं कहूँगा कि हमने कुछ गलतियाँ की नहीं की होंगी, हम भी इंसान हैं, कुछ गलतियाँ की होंगी, पर अगर आप ज़्यादातर अगर देखेंगे our good work outweighed our small mistakes that we may or may not have done. But people in the districts got swayed. जब हथेली में जन्नत दिखा के कोई वोट मांगता है, जैसे कांग्रेस पार्टी ने किया इस बार, अगर केसीआर साहब 2000 दे रहे हैं तो हम 4000 दे देंगे, केसीआर साहब लाख रुपए दे रहे हैं तो हम लोग उसके ऊपर से 1 तोला सोना देंगे, हर किसी को स्कूटी देंगे. उन्होंने कुछ भी 420 वादे किए उन्होंने कुल मिला के. All together, Congress made a list of 420 promises to the people of Telangana in the form of declarations, in the form of manifesto, etc., etc. That swayed some people. Effectively, end of the day, if you look at what happened in 2023 elections, the margin of difference was very minimal. 1.8% was the difference between us and Congress. So we got 37.5% of the vote thanks to Hyderabad, and they got 38.85%. Only 4 lakh was the vote difference between Congress and BRS. But the way democracy works, अगर एक वोट का भी फर्क है, we lose, which is fine by us. So we are now playing the role of a responsible opposition. I would urge you, this election is not something that we wanted. Unfortunately, we lost our MLA sir, who was a very dynamic MLA, Gopinath. I'm sure he visited you in the past as well, and I'm sure he worked with you as well. What we have done in Hyderabad is right in front of you. Shaikpet flyover आपके सामने है. 42 flyovers that we built within a span of 7-8 years are right in front of you. Yes, could we have done more? Of course, every government, every party has scope for improvement. I'm not saying I have done it all, सब कुछ हो गया, ऐसा मैं नहीं कह रहा हूँ. I'm sure we could have done more, I'm sure we could have done better. But what I would urge you, what I would appeal to you, remember how well we performed even in the midst of COVID. When COVID was a menace, when COVID was a big issue for all of us, and all of us were locked in our homes and locked in our apartments, could not go out, could not even hug our own